Hello Super there, welcome back to our channel. In this video I'm going to show you guys the tutorial for the 1.95 seconds 555 build already. And so we need a 9x4x15 area as like the previous one. Go to your third block in the middle, go above one block, and then just place your 3 doubles with one extra piston on either side. This is just going to be our staircase storage, just like 555 nowadays. This. I'm really rush mode right now because I have class right now. Actually, don't fill this like this, and then in this 2 blocks place regular sticky pistons again, and then this is just going to be our middle storage for the bottom, and then just build out your frame. Like this. My mouse is just not being the most responsive mouse right now, and just this observer pusher for the middle, for the side blocks, then X, as well as this pistons for this side, and then our 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, like no, actually like this 1 2 3 4 3 flush with the ceiling quads, and then over here you want to have your observer pusher in the middle like this. It's actually like this because we're just going to push this in the closing like this, and then over here I want to go here and up like this because over here I want to place something that you can redirect, like a button or something, and then just place a redstone below it, and this is going to be your input block. Right now I'm going to do the bottom first because we need the bottom to be working to make the top like this. I'm gonna have this input right here into a node block like that, and then over here we need some immovable objects, one like that, one over here, and this needs to be a hopper for later, and then just continue this line. Then just place our hopper here. The reason we need a hopper is because we need an immovable object that only powers this redstone, this obsidian, so it doesn't power this dust over here. And then repeaters again because we need a vertical priority. And to push, and this is only the first pulse. We need 2 more pulses, so this is going to be like that. Node block, and then regular piston. And this door is actually better because you can just space every pulse for 2 seconds, 2 ticks, unlike the previous one we spaced them every 3 ticks. So it is only 2, and over here we want to do like this for the final pulse. And then to power this piston we need comparator like that, and to actually power the top, observer over here, and then we want a rail or something that updates observer that is non-solid, because we don't want to power that, and then 2 more observers, and then a solid block. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 curve. We need to power the side pistons at 8 ticks because we need them to update the side pistons. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and then we actually need to power this thing right. Dust. Yeah, no, actually 1 block too high, like that. So they'll power the sides in sync, and over here we want to go over here and just place our pier set into 1 and 2 ticks with an observer pusher like per the previous version, because this side gets 3 pulses, so we only want to convert to 1 pulse, so we need a piston. And then over here we're going to place an observer, so this needs to be a slab then. I am sorry for that. Like this, and then this will just be the slider for later. I'm just going to do the triple piston extender, and this side is actually before that just place here a rail because we need to power them. This line of pistons right here. Oops. Like this. Okay, observer here, and then and we can space every piston movements for 2 ticks and not 3. So the double piston starter is actually a little bit problematic because we need because the top actually retracts at an odd game tick, which is unfortunate that we need. So to synchronize with the top, we actually need a 1 game tick pulse. No, 1 game tick delay, but I actually forgot to place a piston down below here and then an observer facing upwards over into here. Oh, actually place a rail before that. Rail in the middle, then observer facing into this pistons like here, and notebook to update it, and same on this side. Oops. Like this. Okay, so we need this to power. We need 1 game tick delay. No, not 1 game, the odd game tick delay. So we need a log there with a leaf over here, and then just 5 observers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like that. And to actually power it, we need a 3 tick repeater over here, and then go over into this thing, place an observer, and then a piston like that. So that will be the bottom already done, except for this slider we need to set using, I'm just going to use lime. So we need to have our lime wool, we need to power this block, and then just like that. So that means we need an observer or in these 2 blocks right here. So that means we can say that this is like there, and then just glasses over here, and then like that. So that'll be the side pistons already done and the whole bottom. We can actually test it right now, but oh yes, obviously I forgot this. To return this observer pusher, we just need a repeater and a piece of redstone dust right there. So hello Shipshoder, I am from the future right now. I already created the whole bottom already, and it was in this morning when I was in class, and now I've already copied this thing again because I accidentally destroyed it. So yeah, I actually moved the input because now the input is over in this block right here, which is now better because it is much cheaper than before. So please just replace your input block into the side of this thing, and you don't need the button over there. And so you actually need a slab over here, and then 1 more slab over here. It's just going to be your input to the top, like oops, like that, and then redstone lamp over here and redstone lamp over there. I'm sorry if I don't have any sound, because I am absolutely just want to get this done as soon as possible, because yeah, unfortunately I don't have as much time as I could. So hopper there, and we need our cyan wool over here, and then down below here it's just going to power this and then retract it when the lamp turns off. Oops, fill this in so we can have our input. And then before we are going to create our instant extension circuit, which is just going to be over here. What is wrong with this? There we go. There's going to be a piston in a block over here to block off the redstone. We're going to have our input in this line right here. We have to do the closing, the top closing. So the top closing is actually really interesting. I really am so happy about this. So might as well put 2 observers like this and a block over here. And just before you forget, just place a 2 tick repeater over here. So right here we have a tile tick abuse. So this repeater has a tile tick priority of -1, and these 2 observers, both of these has a tile tick priority of 0 because they are stacked. And so that means that this piston right here will always be prioritized before this one, so that this pushes and this piston right there would not have any chance to push down, which is absolutely perfect for us. And then so to get the closing, I actually just need to do this, and I guess I'm just going to put an observer facing downwards and an observer facing inwards right here with a 2 tick repeater over here, and then just more observer like this. And I'll just grab our blue right there, and then just activate rails, 3 of them over here, because we are going to power the top layout, top rows pistons right here. And then now you can place your where is it? Regular piston over here, and note block over there. Redstone dust. Where's that repeater? One ticket repeater over there. So, and then so that I don't actually forget, just place an observer over here, like this, so that this piston gets spat out again in the opening, so that in the closing, when this lever turns on, they will just extend so that that one tick pulse will not go through. And then we don't have slab here with a block, and another regular piston with any movable block with some block. You might be thinking that this is a 0-tick slider, but unfortunately you are not correct. This is, however, is a 1 game tick slider. You can see right here. Let me just like that. That's 1 game tick pulse. That's not 1 tick, it's different. And then this is most of the wiring over there done. And then you want to power, go over here and then place a sticky piston. Oops. Sticky piston over here and a target, because this currently wants to close. That means that this needs to be away so that it doesn't power. So here, regular piston over there, and then slab over here so that we'll power those one and two ticks like that. And then we want to have a block here, and this is just going to be the pulse extender. No, not piston. That is going to be, so this piston is going to be spat down here, and this piston over here would just extend here and update this one so it gets a 1 game tick pulse, 1.5 redstone ticks, or 3 game tick pulse. And then we'll actually also retract that piston, and then it will just be done from here. And then we need observers like this and then like that. By the way, this and actually budding that, but this redstone just updates that right there. So this actually is not correct, because currently we need to update this line at 4 redstone ticks, which is we already done. But this red 2 tick right here is not enough, because because we need a 3 tick pulse. So that means, and then thankfully enough, we have this piston right here, and this for some reason just extend this line for 1 more tick, and then the second pulse of this actually just retracts this piston when it's already pulled over here, so it buds that and gets updated from the sides. So that's fantastic new things. And then block over there, and then we need a hopper over here, observer facing upwards, and then observer facing across. That might power this, so just replace like that. And then we want to have a double pulse, so this piston right here would just give a double pulse. If you guys know, you know this, when it powers a 1 tick pulse, when you give a 1 tick pulse over here, it will detect it by this observer twice. But if you just do this as well, it will just do the same basically. So over here I want to do this, because you want to power this line again and retract it. But before that, we want to power this line, so just do this. That will just retract this line again, and then we want to power this line again for 1 more time. That means you just need to do this, observer facing downwards, and break this for now with a 4 tick repeater, and then a dust. Replace that dust again, and to actually retract everything, we want to have an observer just over like this. So this should be your entire top done. I feel like we can give it a test right now. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, it did actually mess up a little bit, but nothing, because I copied that build over here. So that means that this dust will just be gone for some reason. So it will not work, but for you it will work because you did not copy this build. So like there, and then over here. So if you guys see like that piston right here, which is like extended for a period, which kind of bad, which unfortunately is not what we wanted. But you don't have to panic, everything is fine. We just need to see over here, seek this and change it for a target, because yeah, sometimes the redstone redirection is not always consistent, but in certain locations it does function with a redstone and a slab. But now this should just be already salvaged like that, and then I can see like that, everything within sync, and you can fill in your door frame like this. Okay, so this is future me coming from Thursday. So I'm currently in Thursday, and I already recorded that clip in Monday. So I have just discovered that this door is actually affected by input bugs. So right here, the door functions just like normal. It syncs still, but one downside about this door is that it is actually affected by input bugs. So if you want to build it at survival, for example, if you want to have like your lever over in this side of the door, and you have to connect it into here, you might going to use like instant repeaters or repeaters. But unfortunately, the closing is still fine. But if I am going to open this thing, it will not work, such as this thing right here, and the bottom does not working. So just do not panic, just clear up your storage real quick, and then just fix this thing right here. And the first thing you want to do is locate right here. So unfortunately, this is affected. This is what is messing up with this piston right here, because that observer pusher slides the observer and then it updates this piston right here too fast. So we need too slow. So we need to just change this with the piston. Break this for now, break that, and then just break that observer, because you just need to clear that with a piston. And then now, if I just disconnect this to the bottom, this should, the top now should now be working. Let's just have the blocks over here real quick to demonstrate that this function. Okay, so maybe it does not work, but that's fine. It's actually, I think we need the sides. Yeah, we completely need the sides over here to update. So just don't now test it. I just remembered. So you wanna replace this piston again? No, you don't want to do that. Just destroy this whole part right here, and then you want to go here and then just place it an observer below that note block, and then over here you already clear the storage, just place a rail. This might going to do this, just replace that again like this, and then over here you want to get a block, because we add one tick over there. This bottom is slowed by one tick, but that doesn't affect the door. That is just replace it with a block. And then over here you want to go an observer, and then another piston, and then another observer. We're not going to use any observers again. So like here is going to be our setup, and then over here we want to have an observer and then a hopper. This does make that the door is now a little bit expensive, which is kind of unfortunate. I am really sorry about that. And then just destroy this. We can't have this anymore, and then we can't have this piston anymore, and all you need is just if you want to place like a repeater above this piston, above that observer, it's fine, but I'm too lazy to do that, so we can just do that and then just do this. That is more expensive, and unfortunately this door is slowed by one game tick because of the input bug. The input bug means that the game is processing one game tick. Earlier, I don't know about that, but I know that it is going to be affecting by one game tick or thing. So that's why we remove that one game tick and we add one game tick of delay. That means that this door opens in 2 seconds. Okay, I forgot to put the blocks, but this should be your input bug fixed. Like that. And one thing that is really cool about this door is that the bottom is really tight. I mean, just slow down the door, and you can see right here it actually stops a little bit, and then this just pulls out, and then that just extends perfectly. Because the bottom, what was messing up is that this piston right here, because this piston is directly powered from QC, whether this sides are butted, and that's updated by this one. This is why you see that the middle is broken, because this clearly pushes too fast, and then the middle over here just can't extend. So yeah, it's the consequence of not knowing about input bug. So I'm really sorry about that. It's just my terrible fault. This door is now expensive and one game tick slower. That means it opens in 2 seconds, and you just you add like a couple more observers and hoppers. That's going to be the tutorial for today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And here's the closing one more time, like that, and the closing and the opening, I guess. Yeah. So